Hello, I'm Isaac from What's So Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm going to explain why Bo Peep left the group in Toy Story. But I haven't made enough Toy Story videos to fully explain this, so I better call in some backup. Hey, would you be interested in doing a theory with me? It's about Toy Story. Hello?
I came here as fast as I could, man.
If you are unfamiliar with this guy, this is Seamus Gorman.
I am Seamus Gorman. My channel is also called Seamus Gorman. I'm also known on the internet as the Toy Story Man, so, you know. So, today we're going to be discussing, as I take, Bo Peep and what happened to her in Toy Story 3, because she's seen at the start of the film when Andy's mom is recording them, but then kind of just disappears, and then Woody makes a reference to her.
We're all still here. I mean, yeah, we've lost friends along the way. Wheezy and Etch and Bo Peep.
Well, Rex kind of does, and then Woody says...
Yeah, even Bo.
And I guess we're going to be discussing what happened.
Like, Woody and Bo Peep were in this strong relationship. Obviously, it wasn't Woody and Jessie.
Exactly. Oh, very good point. Yeah. It was not Woody and Jessie. I stand again.
And so, something must have happened for Andy to give up one of the toys he played with the most. Because those were the ones he kept around.
Yeah, like,
the longest.
This was Woody's girlfriend, so, like, why would he just give her up? Like, it doesn't add up, right?
Woody mentions that everyone that left the group found new owners.
All good toys have gone on to new owners. But through every yard sale, every spring cleaning, Andy held on to us.
Yes, that's a very good point. And he says the reason they did it was like every spring cleaning or for a yard sale. So that's what we're working with at the moment, isn't it? We know she's got a new owner and that she probably was sold in a yard sale or something. So
yeah. And it might be because something that Andy couldn't control, since he was commonly playing with her a lot.
What are we suggesting?
We need to think about what we know about Toy Story 4 currently.
And I guess at the time when the film is taking place, the toys are going to belong to Bonnie, right?
Yeah.
So that would mean that Bonnie must have some way of reaching this person who owns Bo Peep, because otherwise there has to be a connection.
Yeah,
right?
there has to be a reason for those toys, because those toys are with Bonnie. They're not going to suddenly abandon her for a toy that they haven't been with in years.
Yeah. Unless the film takes place when Bonnie's already grown out of them, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a little repetitive.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they're not just going to abandon Bonnie to go find Bo Peep, which means that, I guess, Bonnie has to have some connection to Bo Peep, and we're going to find that connection. So first things first, there's a yard sale in Toy Story 2, which gives us an idea of how she was sold off. We don't really see anyone that could potentially buy her at the yard sale.
Yeah, we see that young girl, but she probably wasn't young enough to want to have a Bo Peep lamp that Molly had.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's quite in the future when Bo Peep's gonna go. Another thing I've noticed about the toys in the yard sale is that most of the toys put in the box are broken. For example, Wheezy's got his squeaker broken, or they're just toys that Andy doesn't use anymore. But considering he does use Bo Peep, maybe the reason he had to give her away was because she was broken.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. So what could have happened to Bo Peep where she would be broken enough to be forced away from Andy? She was made out of porcelain after all, so if she was knocked over or fell in some way, she could have been chipped.
And Mrs. Davis would not want Andy playing with that, because that's a health hazard, so...
Yeah, Andy could have cut himself or something, which is why that toy was taken away for the yard sale.
And it would make sense for an older person to buy it, because no one would want to buy a chipped toy for their kid. So, I don't know, maybe. But, again, it's very much said in Toy Story 3, gone on to new owners, which would imply that Woody might even know the owner.
Yeah, since they watch over the yard sale in Toy Story 2, so they know where the toys go afterwards.
So that could even be the connection. Bonnie runs into this character that Woody recognizes as the person who bought Bo Peep from the yard sale. That would be a way of making the connection. So the question is, how does Bonnie come across this character?
Maybe it was just around the town in some way. Or if they were on a family road trip, which they allude to a little bit in a promotional at D23. One of the producers of Toy Story was not available for D23. So they had him in an RV with his family, and they were making allusions that that could be a plot point in Toy Story 4.
So maybe Bonnie runs into this girl on a road trip. Woody's like, I recognize her from somewhere. And then he realizes that's the girl who bought Bonnie from a yard sale however many years ago it was. I think that's a good point. I also think there's the possibility she could literally just be a girl that goes to Sunnyside. We know that Sunnyside has been around for a long time, shown through the photos in this clip. I hope that leaded in fine.
Oh yeah.
So potentially she could have been got by one of the kids at Sunnyside, and maybe Bonnie goes to Sunnyside with this person. Woody recognizes her there. I don't know.
Yeah, because Andy's mom is commonly bringing things to Sunnyside because we see this interaction.
There! Wow! Haven't seen you in ages.
I just wanted to drop these old toys off.
Yeah, and it is implied she hasn't seen Bonnie, the current size that she is. When she interacts with Bonnie, she says,
Is this Bonnie? Look how big you are!
Say hi, sweetie.
I also think it's definitely implied that Andy and Molly went to Sunnyside as well, because of what Bonnie's mum says to Andy's mum, and Andy's mum responds by saying this.
Hey, how are your kids? Molly and Andy?
Not kids anymore. Andy's going to college on Friday.
What?
I feel like if the toy's broken, she's not going to be handing it in to more kids at Sunnyside. So those two don't go together. But the fact she could have been bought at a yard sale, Woody recognizes the person who bought her at the yard sale at Sunnyside or on a road trip, definitely a possibility. We know it's a relatively small town as well, and the person who lives near to Andy could very much be going to Sunnyside since it's a small area.
And it's possible that when we see her again, she could have been fixed or something along those lines, so she could be a toy again.
Yes, exactly. There's definitely a backstory that can be made for Bo Peep, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a new character for the most part. I don't think they're going to introduce a character that we've already seen. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a new character who has a backstory.
But at the very minimum, it's going to be someone who's taking care of her. At least that's what Woody makes it sound like when he references her.
However, what if the film takes place when Bo Peep has her own new owner grown out of her, and then she's gaining dust? What if then that's when Woody comes through, realizes, because I think it's very much implied Toy Story 4 is going to end with Woody and Bo Peep together, which means that there must be something wrong with Bo Peep's owner, so that Bo Peep will be willing to leave to go be with Woody.
If it was initially a good situation, but then it fell out of it, similarly to what happened with Andy.
I think the implied situation is that she's got a new owner that's probably grown out of her. This owner bought her at the yard sale.
And it was because she was taken away because she was either broken or taken away for some other reason.
This person is going to somehow run into Bonnie, and Woody will probably recognize her as the person who took Bo Peep, because he seemingly knows who Bo Peep is. And that is probably how we're going to get introduced to Bo Peep's new owner.
So this was a really good discussion, and I feel like we were able to find at least a basis for what happened to Bo Peep. But we'd love to hear your thoughts and to continue the discussion down in the comment section. I really feel like I was able to capture what happened to Woody.
I came all the way from England to help you make this. You did like nothing. If you watch this video, it was all me. I made all the good points and do you think you even know anything about Pixar?
I think I'm a master of Pixar.
Do you want to put this to the test? I will beat you in a Pixar quiz.
I don't believe you can.
Well, you're gonna have to go to my channel to see who wins that quiz, because we've done another video on my channel where we take on each other in a Pixar quiz. Check out in the description below.
Links in the description below.
I don't know how that looked. That probably looked really cringe. You know, the first time I came across your channel, I thought there was more than one person working on it, because it was like What's So Videos, and you always say, I'm Isaac from What's So Videos. So I thought like I might find like there's like James from What's So Videos as well. So can I like have the title Seamus from What's So Videos now? I'm Seamus from What's So Videos. This is Isaac from What's So Videos. We'll see you guys next time.
That was good.
Okay.